So if you just find yourself a place where you won't be disturbed for 30 minutes or so, and obviously where your attention isn't needed for any tasks or undertakings that might be dangerous. But knowing that if there's an emergency, you can always come back to normal everyday consciousness. So just allow your eyes to close. And as you sit there, just listen to my voice. And I'd like you to see this as an opportunity to take time out for yourself, to simply be as you are, conscious of these words, aware of my voice, the temperature in the room, your own comfort and your posture. And I'd like you to begin to use your imagination. I want you to imagine that you're breathing in really light, good feelings on every in-breath. And however you do that is fine. Maybe you get a picture of that, like breathing in a wonderful, brilliant light. Or maybe you just get a sense or a feel for what that would be like. However it is for you, just know that that's exactly how it should be for you. Because you can't get this wrong. So just imagining with each in-breath, your mood lightens and you get this sense of calm relaxation that just effortlessly grows. Just imagine there's nothing you can do about this. It just becomes automatic. Those good feelings just allow you to relax even more. All becoming so automatic. And now, on the out breath, I want you to sense, feel, or imagine that any feelings of unease are just lightly and gently dissolved, exhaled, removed, cleansed, almost like you're pushing them out with every out breath. Again, effortlessly, automatically. And maybe you can notice the rhythm of breathing now. You don't have to change that breathing, but just see how it's happening automatically. And just as the breath takes care of itself, notice that your attention, becomes a happening in itself. So that you can notice the coolness of the in-breath around the nostrils. And maybe the slightly warmer feel of the out-breath. And it can all just become a gentle fascination. Perhaps something you've never really noticed before now. Never really paid attention to. And seeing it now, observing it now, almost as if you were watching someone else. And you can become curious about all of this. Because curiosity is a wonderful way to release yourself and let go. And as your attention moves and observes and becomes so much more interesting to see everything happening. Everything seems to happen naturally, easily. And all you need to do is watch and notice. That's right. Just listening to these words riding over. Just strangely aware of whatever seems to be happening in and around this observation. Seeing it all unfolding. Nothing to figure out. Nothing being required. And that's a really good feeling, isn't it? Effortless ease. Ever widening. Gently increasing. Spreading out in all directions. Like the ripples on a pond. Gently softening as they move out. Imagination just sweeping through awareness, and attention resting just where the breath moves. And this natural sense of curiosity, this light, curious openness, just goes to wherever it wants to go. And where you find yourself observing, and yet happening automatically. And I don't know how deep you can go into this new exploration. But you always know. No resistance. Just comfort and ease. And maybe now you're becoming more aware of some things than you were before. And yet less bothered with other things that seem to drift away in the background. And that's just fine. The deeper you allow, the more mysterious and beautiful it can all become for you. The sounds, the feelings, in the hands, the fingers, the feet, even the images that drift into and through the mind automatically. But nothing sticks, nothing stays. Always gently moving through like wisps of cloud, flowing through and taking you deeper. Even as the alteration of awareness happens all by itself. The change, the softening of focus, as the mind begins to slow and experience that gradual turning inward now. And just letting go of even the effort it takes to be aware of any effort at all. And yet it takes no time to experience that letting go in your own time, your own way, as you begin to feel this deep, deep inner connection. A connectedness of life to itself. And you begin to learn even more than before about this fresh experience happening now. And you can let your awareness move with all these ideas, the breathing in and out, the heart beating in gentle rhythm. And you notice this just happens all on its own. Everything taking care of itself. just like an ocean tide, moving in and moving out, breathing in and breathing out, all sensing taking place automatically. The senses are open. Senses are happening. And you notice that somehow you're the one who knows, who notices. You're the one that these senses are reporting to somehow. And yet, you're not a sense. You're the one who knows your current level of relaxation. You're the one that knows the breath. But you can't describe what this is. If you look for a boundary of this awareness, of this observing one, notice that you can't seem to find it. All you can sense is a presence, a knowing. Yet everything you know and sense is somehow changing, coming and going before your awareness, and yet you're not changing. You're never coming and never going. The witness of it all. A play of energy that comes and goes, borderless, shapeless, timeless. You're the space within which this life seems to play. You become more aware of this now. You feel yourself, feel that attention reaching out to try and discover its boundaries. The further it goes, the less it finds. The further it goes, the broader the mystery becomes. And as it turns round upon itself, still it finds no object, just this beautiful, gentle openness. Things may seem to come and go. Ideas may seem to float in for a while, and maybe stay, and maybe the attention goes with them for a while. You notice that they just drift through. And that witnessing presence, that observation that you are, remains the screen upon which everything reports, arises and falls away within you. And when you see this clearly, you know that your heart opens to the awareness that you see all these things, all these comings and goings, but that you yourself, the presence that you are, can never be seen. And the mind begins to flow down to slow right down, naturally unwinding, dropping right down, way down, towards that place of quiet stillness, that calm, restful awareness. So inviting, so peaceful. Just free, open attention. As you call the awareness down towards this nameless presence, this spacious being here, not knowing even what being here truly means. And that's fine. Not needing to know anything more than the resting in this presence, the unknowable. That's right. Not needing to understand or to label, to categorize or classify. Just like a beautiful soft landscape stretching way out in all directions. My voice goes with you too to that inner place, that inner landscape, beyond time and without boundary. And your curiosity rises again with that childlike wonder as you seem to just wander through this landscape, noticing how that feels for you now as you explore and drift gently down into your own space at your own pace, so that maybe you can somehow give yourself just the slightest taste or trace of what it feels like to know at the deepest level. Because you do know. That's all it takes. More and more completely, more and more restfully effortless, as you rest assured that there comes a time for everyone when letting go into the vast and great unknowable expanse of being is just so much easier than holding on to objects, divisions and boundaries. Knowing that nothing has to mean anything as the mind slows down and lets go of all the attention, drifting, because we never know when. To accept this freedom, accept this openness, this awareness, this mystery. And you can feel a wonderful sense of joy at the release, the grip of thinking, as it soars away like a helium balloon into the distance, getting smaller and smaller, and with it, all the effort it takes to know anything. And just to be surrounded by the love and the joy of this moment, without it needing to be anything other than just exactly what it is right now. finding that wisdom and that knowing, the delight of being for no reason at all. Pure, effortless delight, becoming more and more available as you open to the knowing of this eternal, timeless being, free to accept, to connect, to join. As you rest here and now, always right here, right now. That's right. And you can realize deeply the beauty of this pristine, unblemished moment. The eternal, perpetual now. Knowing what you need to know, and just how you need to know that. So this message stays with you and your inner freedom blossoms and grows. Even as the mind returns to the realm of time and place, letting this knowing penetrate and remain. And you know how sounds and images can seem to transform things. And the images and the pictures and the inner knowings and the feelings that remind you of this timeless nature can just be allowed to blossom and grow and stay connected. Nothing to do, no achievement to gain. This is your right, your claim, your knowing. I just want you to get a sense of this timeless, borderless knowing and seeing it, feeling the joy and the beauty of this unblemished moment. Limitless and free. But you remain always connected as one, awakening to your true being, allowing and trusting. The sensing and the feeling and the knowing of this borderless, timeless being. And you can rest here. Just letting that automatic, invisible, infinite mind, freedom to flow, to create, and to unfold, recognizing yourself once again. And now as that deepest part of you connects to all things, all senses and all imaginings, allowing itself to rise higher and higher, up, way up, into your consciousness, so that all levels of your being are connected, and this knowing stays powerfully in place. See this now. Know this now. This inexhaustible light radiating out in all directions. Feel that joy. And from today, it will be easy for you to know the sense of your true identity. And from today, you'll recognize how easy it is to let go of the time-bound thinking. Exercising your right to live the life of freedom and joy, with renewed energy and renewed trust and vigor, a joy of kindness and connection, firmly in place within you now, a fresh commitment to life itself, connected to those things that inspire you deeply and the love that you are. Integrating all this knowing now at all levels before you turn to wakeful awareness again. Knowing that over the next few days, weeks and months, you can feel, accept and know this depth of knowing and contentment has integrated for you completely, opening you up to the realization of your true nature. Bubbling back in your own ideas, your own decisions, the choices you make, the paths that you take, all imbued with this wisdom and knowing. Because this decision comes from deep within you, within your firm resolve to open to the truth and embrace your freedom in each moment. So that when you're ready to reorient yourself and come back to wakeful awareness, you'll be ready to embrace life, to rise up and take advantage of every opportunity to live in a joyous way. So now to slowly rise up and become more aware of your surroundings, knowing that you've done the work that you need to do, feeling wonderful and alive and enriched by this experience that you know that you can return to and return to. Just noticing again the breath, becoming aware of that breathing, the observation turning itself back to the object of breathing, the feelings, noticing an awareness of the body and its posture. So just getting yourself ready to come back into everyday consciousness. And I'll count in a moment from 5 to 1. And when I reach 1, your eyes can open and you can return to your day. Or if you feel moved to do so and it's appropriate, you can drift back off to sleep. You'll know which is right for you. So 5, being alive to all the new understandings. 4, to live a life of freedom and a knowing of your eternal joy. 3, free of the old limiting ways and understandings. 2, to live joyously and freely. 1, eyes opening, feeling enriched and alive, ready to continue with your life just the way you choose.